and thighs. Most people spend hours at the gym doing exercises to try to tone those areas and without any results. It's extremely frustrating. And that is because of this one simple fact. It's not the fat. That jiggly stuff on your hips and thighs is actually not fat. No, it's one of two things. Number one, it's a lymph situation where there's a lack of lymph drainage. The lymph nodes that you have it's like an extra circulation through the body there's like these little nodes that accumulate through your neck. You have lymph nodes through here for the immune system. You have them through the abdomen. You have them on the thighs. They're all over the place. And they can create a lot of inflammation and soreness when you press in them. So a lot of women that have a stagnant lymph situation in that area, it looks just like cheese. It's like a kind of a jiggly type fluid retentive thing. Now, I study a lot about planting and growing vegetables and things like that. And I ran across this book by this farmer slash physiologist slash chemist. He wrote this book in 1932. And he's talking about corn, growing corn, and having a huge problem with the corn's drainage system or the lymphatic system in the corn stalks, and having all these diseases with the lymphatic system of plants and vegetables. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. What's causing that? And then he goes on to talk about if there's no potassium in the soil, the plant's drainage system becomes blocked, it becomes a problem. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I took that information and I wondered if it was the same in our human bodies, that if you were to consume more potassium, I wonder if that would push some of the fluid out. Well, guess what? Sodium and potassium work as a kind of an alternative opposite effect. So if you're high in sodium, you retain fluid, right? If you're high in potassium, you can get rid of the fluid retention. So then I looked at potassium and I wanted to know how much potassium our bodies needed. And I found out the daily recommendation is 4,700 milligrams. That's crazy. That's a lot of potassium. That's what our bodies need every single day. So then I compared what people consume per day, and I found it was something like a real small, like less than 1,000. And you might say, well, I eat bananas, right? Bananas have 300 milligrams of potassium. Well, guess what? You need 4,700. You'd have to have 12 bananas a day. So right there, that told me